This show would not be possible without the generosity of our sponsors, like MedSpa Deluxe LA, Prospectors Federal Credit Union, Suburban Water Systems, and Massage Envy.
We would also like to make mention Plaza Westcovina, and also Munoz and Munoz Attorneys at Law. So if you need a lawyer, criminal law, personal injury, accident, motorcycle accident, make sure you call Munoz and Munoz Attorneys at Law. All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Let's Connect Now. Why are you always laughing at me? Okay, Monica, please somebody let us know or share with us how we're supposed to open up this show, because Monica laughs at me every time.
I'm just laughing because what you were doing earlier, you were just dancing and making yourself all hyped up, and then when you come on camera, you're like very hyper.
Oh.
Very energized. It's a good thing.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I don't know how
they call me the Energized Buddy.
I don't know how I'll be able to 100 you after, but okay.
What?
Because you're too much.
So I guess I'm too much now, guys, and I do cost a lot. So just FYI. But no, thank you guys tuning in for another episode of Let's Connect Now. Really appreciate it. And you know what? Make sure you guys are liking, you're sharing, you're subscribing. Because we want to make sure that we are hitting subjects that the people want to hear. Let us know that they are the subjects that you like our guests, like the people that we're having on. Do you recommend any other people that we would want to bring on? We do want to bring on people on our show that are influencers, and not just influencers on social media, but they are making a difference within the community. There's a lot of people out there making a difference through nonprofits, foundations. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, I think we have a list of people that we're going to be bringing in on taxes. This season gets a little stressful for a lot of people, so just having a little bit of having someone actually who has experience on different fields, it's always good to have, especially right now it's tax season and a lot of people are stressed out, a lot of people are happy because they get a lot of money back. But if you're having trouble with first time doing your taxes, there might be someone that can advise you, save you some money.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of people out there. Just make sure you find the right tax person. And we've been utilizing somebody for a while, Corporate Revivers. Mm-hmm. They're on Instagram called Corporate Revivers. You guys can check them out. They've been doing my taxes for a while. They've been doing yours, the GWCs and stuff. So they've been helping us out a lot. But you make sure you guys get somebody that you guys really trust, because that's what it's about, trusting somebody. Because it's weird how I get it. Some people get into a certain business which is like maybe life insurance or some type of insurance policies, and I understand that you want to go gun ho right away and stuff, and you want to get the clients and build yourself.
Are you talking about like professional services like IRAs and
anything? But there's people that are they're salespeople that go out and they're doing their thing.
Yeah, but you're talking about a specific insurance. You're talking about like IRAs. You're talking about life insurance, that type of.
Yes, yeah, that type of insurance, because right away people want they're like, yeah, I can sign you up right now. So just give me your information, give me your social, and you're like, whoa.
They don't ask you for your social.
Well,
they want to sit down with you right away.
They want to give you information, but people got to build rapport, And don't get me wrong, I love the energy that a lot of those people bring and stuff, because those are good salespeople. But at the end of the day, being in what we do and stuff, we see it a lot. Sometimes being too aggressive can actually hurt you, because people feel forced, and people don't like to be forced to do anything, especially buy something or give personal information out.
Well, we respect everybody, that especially if you're a member of the GWC. But what's funny is that right away they think we are their clients.
Yes.
Not knowing that maybe we already have all that stuff set up for ourselves. I think we're pretty smart to know what we need to do, especially when it comes to something like that. It is a very delicate business to be in, because you really have to have a relationship with people, and a good reputation too as a good human being.
No, definitely.
In order for people to trust you right away. But with us is a little bit different, because we don't do business with our clients the majority of the time, unless it's a product or something. Maybe we'll buy it or support them in that way, or a restaurant restaurant, right? But if it's something with professional businesses or whatever, I try not to do business with them that way, because if something goes wrong,
I think what you're trying to say is we do business with our members. Sometimes they try to recruit us as salesmen.
No, I mean,
because there's a lot of businesses that we have that we have utilized their services.
Well, yeah.
But I'm saying, but then people come in involved with us, and then they want us to help sell their product, and we don't do that.
Oh no, they try to recruit us.
That's what I'm saying, and I think that's what you're saying. You're trying to say, because we don't sell.
I'm saying that a lot of
people's what we use.
Well, yes, but there's certain things that I don't utilize our members for, personally.
Oh, personally, yeah. I personally don't do taxes with somebody that I know. Like, so if you are a tax person and you're with the GWC and stuff, it's nothing towards the business, but I like to keep my finances private, regardless
of course.
Of the situation.
And that's what I'm saying, because, you're with these people, you see them at different events or whatever. You don't.
Yeah, and then they're looking at you and you're buying a drink and they go, JR, I know you're broke. Why are you buying that? I'm like, dang, thanks. Or why are you being a cheapskate, Monica? I know you have money. You're like, I'm just trying to live frugal.
No, because they do. I've learned my lesson with things like that before in the past, and I rather not do that. And it's nothing personal against them. I'm not saying their business is not great. No, you just want to keep
your personal life out of what we're doing.
Stay private with
definitely
with a lot of my stuff.
Hey, I'm Michael.
I'm Ralph.
Welcome to Munoz & Munoz.
Come check it out. Here at Munoz & Munoz, every case is important to us. Big or small or big, we're here to help you.
And here also, privacy is our #1 priority for all of our clients. So come check it out. Our #1 priority is serving the community. We want to give the best attorney service out there in the industry. We're here to help you. Please call us for any personal injury or criminal defense needs that you may need.
So thank you guys for visiting our firm. As you can see, I'm here, Michael's here, always ready to serve you guys for any questions. And please, do not hesitate to call us for anything you need. It could be the simple question, we're here for you. Y sí hablamos español.
Shoulders, knees, and toes. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Knees and toes. And eyes and cheeks and mouth and nose. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Knees and toes.
Affordable self-care from professional massage therapists and estheticians. It's what we do. Massage Envy, where better begins.
Hey everybody, I hope you guys are enjoying the show with Let's Connect Now. My name is Danielle Wood. I'm with Prospectors Federal Credit Union, a division of Certified Federal. You guys want to contact us regarding any banking needs or even auto loans and personal loans, feel free to contact me at any time. You can reach me at 909-396-9688 or 909-504-7371. I'm looking forward to talking and speaking with you all soon. Have a great one. Bye-bye.
Whether you're seeking new clients, partners, or opportunities, Megamix Connect is your gateway to instant connections that could transform your business. Whether you're an attendee eager to discover fresh ideas, a business owner ready to showcase your brand, or a sponsor looking to make an impact, the Megamix Expo is where you need to be. Join us as an attendee, exhibitor, or sponsor and take advantage of this incredible opportunity.
Yeah, we were, I guess lately, one of the things that we want to talk about lately, we've been very fortunate to be able to sit down with great individuals from different communities that are doing great things, right?
Yes.
Like someone that that wants to start a nonprofit because she's been doing what she does so well for so long, but sometimes it's just time, to take it to another level.
Yes.
And And then we've had people that want to start a business in certain areas, and we're just like, we get excited for them, right?
Yeah, we definitely get
But
excited.
we know that there's areas that that maybe they didn't know, and so when we point them out, they're just like, oh, I didn't know I had to do that. Oh, I didn't know I
Yeah.
had to do that. And then you're sitting there for, then it's taking up a whole hour or more, because because it's not that we mind, but at the same time, we're very passionate about what, the things that we know in the process, that starting a business is not easy.
No, and I
It's
believe
not
what
easy.
would prompt this. We talked about it, and we were talking about what would be a good subject to talk about. And what prompted it was with this subject is literally our last episode that you guys didn't get to watch it with Leo with Active Collision. Great episode. And what prompted it was because he said he got into the business and didn't even know. Like, he didn't have a mission statement. He didn't have a plan. He didn't have all that. He just jumped in. And sometimes you do make it by jumping in, and you learn on the way. But then there's majority of the time you jump in and you make so many mistakes that you've wasted so much money, time, energy. And if you would have done it the right way, in the beginning, you would have avoided all those obstacles.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what kind of prompted us, because one of the things, as we're sitting down with people, and a couple of times some people came in and stuff, and one of the number one things that I've seen you ask them is, so have you written your mission statement? Do you have a clear, and that's one of the things, a clear vision, a mission statement. And a lot of people don't even have that, because, and it's so important to have a mission statement, because that's where you begin to it starts to guide you into the direction that you want to do. It kind of leads you. And then when you start going off course, it brings you back to your mission and what your cause is, your purpose, and all that stuff that you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah. And having a business plan, a lot of people think that if they put together a business plan, there's free websites where you could actually do it, and a business plan is something that you could change at any given point during the time that you're starting a business, or maybe 5 years into it you change it, because you took this direction and it worked. It just depends, and it's just so that you kind of understand the areas where that you're going to need finances too.
Yeah.
And projections, and where are you going to be 5 years from the date you start your business? Where do you see yourself? How much money do you see yourself making? It's just to kind of have an idea and to guide you. And it all depends, again, what kind of business you want to start. Like, for example, my son-in-law, this weekend, him and Sammy came to the house, and they told me, that they needed help because he already started a business, but he wants to file to be an LLC, because he started a construction company.
Oh, nice.
With a partner, and so then, it just kind of all of a sudden, like, my thinking cap went on, and I told them, so first I asked all the questions, and then I kind of gave them the advice based on the need, or on the things that he doesn't have done yet, and then ways to protect himself too, and insurance is important, especially
and construction.
if it's a construction company, and so he seemed very excited. He probably will be reaching out to us, because I told him I know someone, David, who can help you, with your LLC or sole proprietorship, because we have those resources available for people, so they don't have to drive all the way to Norwalk or do it online. And sometimes, kind of ask those questions to someone that we know personally, that would be, super cool to talk to, because, David is very experienced in that.
Yeah.
So, and then we had another young lady who's doing great things in the community too, who wanted to start a nonprofit. And like I told her, I'm not an expert at it. I don't know. I'm just not an expert on it. But through the times that we've had the nonprofits and the many mistakes that I have, made along the way, and now with what we have, what we're doing, and just trying not to make those mistakes again, it's very important, and I think now I try to relate that to people, because nobody's perfect. Everybody learns along the way.
No, everyone does.
But educating yourself and getting the right information is so important.
And that's
so,
why
so important.
I wanted to talk about this, because, one of the coolest things about being here at the GWC and being able, and if you guys have questions, I mean, come in, ask, is that we're able to really listen to what the person wants, listen to their vision, listen to their mission, listen to their plan, even if they have a plan or they don't have a plan, and by us listening, we're able to determine where they're at. In a sense, we're able to determine if not us, we're not determining, but what I'm saying, we're able to how can I say, we know where they're at. Like it's like they're giving us the information, and we're saying, you know what, you feel you're here, but you're really here still. Like you still don't have the enough information about your business to even start it, because there's a lot of people, that want to start their own companies. There's a lot of people that want to start their own little pop-ups. There's a lot of people that want to start things, but you got to have a plan. And that's the coolest things. Like I said, when they come in here and we listen, because I was like that, where I got told numerous times for my ask. You know what, JR? Because I would go and want people to believe in what I'm doing. I'm doing a podcast, and this is what I'm doing. This is going to go this. And then they would sit there and they go, can you narrow it down? Because you're like still all over. And I didn't understand it, though. Because I was like, I want to attack this. I want to attack that. Cool. Those are goals. That's your overall vision. But we're going to start here, And so I'm speaking out of experience that, you could still be scattered brain everywhere, and someone tells you, you know what, look, you have a great idea, but you're just all over the place, and then the person walks away defeated. But it's just narrowing it down and focusing on that, and then executing it.
Yeah, and the simpler, the better. I mean, it just depends too on the kind of business that you wanna start. I mean, it's like if you say one of the simplest business that comes to my mind right now as we speak to a lot of people will probably be like a pop-up.
Yeah, those are the most common right now. People do pop-ups.
Yeah, but to be honest with you, in order to start a pop-up business, you need money.
Yes.
You need money, because you can't just go somewhere and set up a white 6-foot table and lay out your product, right?
But wait, hold on. So on that subject, you can.
You can,
but
you won't stand out.
Exactly. That's what
you won't stand out, and then people are like, "Well, what is this? Why would they approach your table?" Unless you have something really extravagant, then I could see that. But it's like you want to be uniform.
Yep.
You want to have your logo. You want to have enough money to buy product, and you have to have, of course, social media. You have to have a presence on social media, and there's just a lot of little details that come into play for the kind of business that you're in. Now, if you are starting a nonprofit, that gets a little tricky, because there's so many parts of that need to be addressed, right? And as I talk to people, what I find it fascinating about it is that, the ones that are really interested in not cutting corners, they'll follow the advice. The ones that are ready to cut corners and let's just see what happens are the ones that fail the fastest. Because you can't cut corners with a nonprofit. It is probably, it's something, remember the IRS is exempting you from paying taxes. And so, you really have to follow, what your mission statement is. And that's super important, right? And then the networking aspect of every business, right? Of course, if you're a pop-up, you're going to network with all your neighbors that are around you. And so they're going to tell you about this event and about this event and about this event, or you're on this social media, and then there's all these different groups or whatever. So you're just going to, but you need money also for that, because there's fees that are involved in that, right?
Exactly.
Now, if you're a business about food, you can make the best tacos in the world. And I always tell everybody that you can make the best enchiladas, the best chile relleno, whatever it is that you make. But if you don't know how to run the back office, you're gonna fail, because there's a lot of expenses that come with that. It's not just you want quality meat. You want something that's gonna sell because it's delicious. You don't want something that you could just make and be like, oh, let me just give them crappy meat and, just sell whatever. No, because, the other day, David and I went to go eat and we got some carne asada tacos. They're really good. Really, really good. The best I've had, whatever. And then he's like, you know how much I paid? And they were small too, maybe about this big. The meat was great. And he's like, do you know how much I paid for those? I just want to tell you because I was shocked. And I said, oh, okay. Not because he minded. Almost $5.
A taco?
A taco.
Wow.
And I was like, are you serious? He's like, yeah, almost $5 for one taco. And I was like, oh my gosh. And there's no beans, no rice. But the darn small little taco was delicious. It was delicious. Would I go back and eat there again? Absolutely, 100%. And again, it's all in the quality of how you present things. People could start off really good and then they get lazy along the way and they start making things cheaper and cheaper and cheaper.
Yeah, because they want to cut
the quality
pricing,
of everything just kind of falls through the cracks, and then you lose business, and then you wonder why.
Yeah.
So it just depends, like, for example, us, with this business association, we've been in business. It's going to be almost 18 years, and there's just, we've stuck to our mission statement, and we've created so many relationships in the community. Mm-hmm. We have opened so many doors. Before you came on board, I mean, there was just a lot of legwork that I had to do because I couldn't just stay in here, because me being in here, taking care of all the back end, didn't serve me. I needed to be out there networking, talking about, who we are, what we do, blah, blah. But people get complacent. They think that people are always going to know who you are.
That's true.
And no, people can easily forget about who you are if you are not out there showing up for
out of sight, out of mind.
Yes. And you could be on social media all you want, but if you don't have a physical presence as well, people will forget, because not everybody follows you. Not everybody is your fan. Not everybody knows about you. So you have to get out there and you have to, spread your wings, different cities, different groups, different people. And that's the only way I feel that, people would succeed. And knowing how to network too is very important, right?
No, it's very important how you have to network, and you're right. It's not about just, I know we get a lot of compliments. People tell us, oh, every time they see us, oh my God, I see you guys are so active on social media. And yes, we are very active on social media, but we have to also remember too that there are those that are not active on social media, because our video only stays relevant for a certain amount of hours or a day or two. And that's why we're constantly posting, because, somebody might not go on social media for 2 or 3 days, and that's the person we're trying to reach. So we got to be consistent so that we're able to reach them. So yes, social media is important, but that's being consistent. And networking, it's very important to network, because at the end of the day, we have to remember, this, I know this, and if anybody's selling their business, not selling their business, but in business, is most of the time people buy into you. It's not too much. It is your product. Yes, your product has to be great, but they buy into you. And I've shared that with you many a times. I said, Monica, I go, people, our sponsors, a lot of our the president circles that we've had, and the people in the a lot of them have given to the GWC, not necessarily because the GWC, but they've given it because they believed in you. You're the product. You're the person, and because they believe in you, they've shown it through their given finances.
Yeah, but I've also have hosted, and I also have hosted some pretty awesome events, big events in the community. So I built a reputation for myself. Not only did I work hard, but I also worked to be able to get 10,000 people, 5,000 people, 4,000 people, 2,500 people, 2,800 people. I mean, you went to some of our events. I remember growing the 4th of July event. I take a lot of credit for that, because I remember when back in 2012, 2011, the 4th of July here in West Covina, I remember we had 6 booths. we had only like those bouncing houses or whatever, and we had a little cover band, and that was the 4th of July. Well, the following year, I was kind of disappointed to see like only, and I think one of the people that were there selling stuff, I think we lent her the money so she could buy product, and of course she paid us back, but I didn't really care because I know she lost a lot of money, so it kind of hurt me. But then she still had to pay back, and so it was kind of sad, the whole situation. But anyway, and then the next year I said, you know what, this is not going to work for me. This thing has potential. And the following year, yeah, we had like over 30 booths. We had a better cover band. We had we added a couple of more things until eventually the city, you know, started doing, they did their fireworks show, and so we found an opportunity to attract, you know, people through a partnership that we did with the Muscular Dystrophy Association, MDA, and so partnering with them, and then the city doing the fireworks, we got, you know, another band, a better band, a big old stage, and so people started lining up with their chairs, and then we had vendors, we had a carnival. And we were pre-selling tickets. And so the Edgewood, before it got, you know, the whole turf got remodeled and things like that. I mean, it went from 1 year being about maybe a couple thousand people to the next 3 or 4 years, 20,000 people. So how do you figure? So that didn't happen because I was sitting down here in my desk trying to make things happen from my chair. It happened because we were all networking with each other. We were all trying to letting the community know this is what's happening, this is what's going on. It's a safe environment. Bring your families, come out, blah blah. Before you know it, but Monica, although I was the, you know, president and CEO of the GWC, I was in all my shorts, my tennis shoes, and I was out there networking, talking to people, handling the whole vendor, permits. I mean, you name it. I learned a lot. And then when we saw that we couldn't even walk through there was no walkways before bumping into people, and just how safe it was. We never had a single incident that required the police to come and take care of it. It was a safe environment for the whole community. And yes, I give credit to myself for that because it took a lot of work, a lot of effort, but it happened. And then, you know, things happened where we couldn't utilize the facility, so it kind of just went down the hill. But the GWC, you know, contributed in a huge way. We grew that event to be where it was at. And then, you know, greedy people get in the way, and they thought they could take it and they can do their own thing. And so, yeah, after that, it was never the same. Never the same again.
No, I remember going 1 year. It was a really nice thing, and I liked it a lot. I was going because I was in and out of the GWC, helping you once in a while.
We had people coming from Vegas.
No, but that's
vendors.
the thing. That's the thing that you want to do is create whatever type of business that you're doing. You create the momentum. You create the FOMO, the fear of missing out. You create those
and that's
things.
what that was. You know, not being able to get in and having like all these vendors that want to get in and having a list and kind of choosing which ones, you know, would be good. We wanted light up toys. We wanted all those things, you know, and it was probably such a great learning experience. Although, you know, I did, you know, bump heads with some people, but I kicked them out. You know, I had the power to do that because then I had plan B already ready to go, and they were excited, and so plan B will step in, and it's like, okay, let's go. And they didn't want to lose their spot the following year. People were willing to pay for their spot for the following year. How awesome is that?
And that's what, as I was saying, like, it's creating the momentum, creating the fear, the missing out, and that's where, you know, us as businesses, we have to remember that when we get a product or something that we want to do, you know, you got to plan it out. I mean, the success of the whole thing that the GWC did at that time, the 4th of July, was because Yes. I mean, I could ask you right now, like, oh, hey, let me see the planning stuff. You have a book, you did all you have a binder that you put everything that you've done for that event, and that's how organized people have to be to just see a successful, pop up, foundation, business, anything you want to do it, and it's all about networking because even when and I believe those type of events that were done back then and the type of events that people attended back then is why people are who they are today, and stuff because of the GWC, and that's why people know who the Greater West Covina Business Association is, and other cities know who the Greater West Covina Business Association is because of the things that the quality that has been taking place in a lot of the events that the GWC has done.
But something that I wanted to talk to you about too is when you're like, okay, I'm just gonna stay focused on pop-up events. Like for example, right now we have a business expo coming up. We moved the date because of certain circumstances that came about. But anyway, the event is going to happen. It's going to be March 8th. And this is an opportunity for business to come and showcase their product, their service, have giveaways, demonstrations. I mean, you name it. It's gonna be a nice event, right? And a lot of people think that, because I started a pop-up, I should look for events that are free.
Yeah, no.
That's not going to happen. I understand. Back in the day, I'm going to say maybe back in 2014, 15, 16, we used to charge $1,000 for the Business Expo, and people would pay. After that, we charge like $500 or whatever, and people would still pay. So right now, we're charging, what, $300? And you know what? The last couple ones that we've had, even in a smaller scale, here inside the Plaza West Covina, all the people that participated were very happy.
Yes.
Very happy. Very happy. And it's an investment that you are making in your business. You shouldn't look at it as oh my God, now I have to pay to be there. But think about it. Think about what you're going to bring back if you are showcasing your business the way it deserves to be showcased, right?
Yeah. Well, the problem with people, the problem that is business owners, if you're an entrepreneur, business owner, exactly, like the pop-ups, and you're right. Even if you are a business, but you want to get your name out there, something that we're creating for the businesses to do, and you're not doing it, and you're out there like wishing something you could be a part of to get more exposure, and yet we're basically giving it to you to be here at the mall on a prime day that the mall is going to be packed. There'll be a lot of people here. You're able to pass out things.
It's on a Saturday.
It's on a Saturday, and most of the majority of the time, if you come to the mall and try to pass out your literature, they're gonna tell you to leave because you can't do it. You can't do it. You can't solicit. But we're having an expo March 8th. And we're allowing you to have a booth, and the mall is saying yes, and you're able to give out literature of your business and be able to and to network. Those are things, and those are things you want to be a part of. But if you're looking, like you said, something key. If you're looking to be a part of events that are free, majority of the time, people are not going to attend those type of events. Then, and if it's free, what type of vendors are you getting? If you're giving letting this person in, then that person in, and they're not even putting value, this is your business. How much are you going to give? I mean, a lot of entrepreneurs that I know have given a lot to see their business succeed. Yes, time, energy, but there's also it's money, and capital is very important. And that's the another subject we could talk about is that we do now we're able to provide with like teaming up with Bank of America, Valerie with Bank of America, where she's going to be doing a lot of things. We're talking about doing a panel where she wants to educate the small businesses, because yes, there might be small businesses out there that need capital, but yes, the big banks might deny them, like that she said, but they've given money to other organizations that will, if you have a plan, and you do it right.
Yeah, and
give you money.
Exactly, and one person that came to an event somewhere else, and she came in and she's like, "Oh my God, I just made enough money to pay my rent." Okay, I understand that certain things, but do you see the problem with that? on the statement that she made. I made enough money to pay my rent.
Wow. Yeah. It's.
Do you see the problem in that? I mean, it's a blessing that you're gonna pay for the roof over your head, and she had a great product. But if you're selling $1,000 at an event, you're selling and you're pushing to sell $1,000, maybe $2,000, let's just say, whatever the amount is. And you know that there's a lot more events that you can attend and make, $1,000, $2,000, depending on your business. If you had good accounting, wouldn't you be able to say, okay, this is my personal, this is for the next 2-3 events, and this is for this, and this is for my product or whatever. If you had good accounting, because what's going to happen at the next event?
You're back at zero.
Exactly.
And that's the mistake a lot of us have done. And we talked about that, me and my buddy Jimmy, because we would go out and do videos. And what we never did is we would charge someone $1,000, split it, but we're back at zero again as a business. And we opened up a bank account and everything, but our bank account would always be zero because we would just split the profit. And be like, all right, so we're both broke again. So what event we have to go do?
Exactly.
And you're right, the accounting was horrible.
So what if the next event you don't make that much, or and what's going to happen?
Yeah,
you can't pay your light. You cannot. You have to know how to break everything down and know that light, that there's gas involved, there's
overhead,
there's vendor fees, there's all these things that come into play. It's not all profit for you unless you have enough capital in your bank account to sustain and make that your profit now. But the only way you could do that is if you are already following a plan, and so you are seeing the fruits of your labor by growing your bank account with what you are doing. So when people get into that, and I've seen restaurants do the same thing where they have money saved up under their mattress, and then they have to resort to that and pull it out, and then before you know it, their house is it's their collateral to get more money for their business to pay their employees. And so they just start getting themselves more and more into trouble. And it's not that their business is not good. Their business is great, but they're the back end
it's
of
the
the
structure.
business.
Yeah, the structure of everything.
It's not right. And so if you have to resort to that, then there's a problem.
Yeah.
There's a huge problem. And every business goes through ups and downs. I understand that. I mean, we see it here, and we're currently going through it because we're seeing the decline in people wanting to join the association because they don't have money to spare to be able to put into the networking side of it, or the social media part of it, or the sponsorship part of it, because they're not doing great right now. And it's the economy is hurting every small business, unfortunately. And so if you were not prepared for this hit, then you're going to go under.
Yeah.
We're very grateful for all of the resources that we've been able to resort to as an association. And I feel that, not a lot of people have been prepared for what's coming. And it's scary, right? But if there's things that that you can do, and even be a supportive business owner. So we're having the Business Expo. As a business owner, show up and support your the people that are here. Introduce yourself. Make it an opportunity to network, because it is an opportunity. You might not have a booth here, but you can still come and support them and introduce yourself and network with the people. Buy a little thing here and there and be supportive. You can support them that way, and it won't cost you anything.
It's so true, because I got in business. Well, I'm in business because I love helping people. I love helping other people. I want to help other businesses and stuff. And you're right. When you're the business owner, you're an entrepreneur, and I could get it. Sometimes what you're doing could take a lot of your time, but you got in business because you love what you're doing. That's what you love to do. You're the owner of that business because that's what you said. This is what I love, and this is what I want to do for the rest of my life, and maybe even just give it to my family and let them run in and I'm leaving a legacy for my kids and stuff. At the moment that you're building, you got to be out there, like you just said. coming out to multiple events, showing face, being people, because there's so many things that are out there to help the small businesses that we are starting to acquire, so that we're able to educate
Even
ourselves.
through our
and get-
membership,
There's a lot of people.
We're lifting a finger for you. We're a hand for you. We're lifting a hand for you. We're helping you with certain areas of your business that we feel with our new membership would help you. Not just that. Okay, so you can't get out because you're the business owner and you have to attend to the business. Fine. Host events at your location.
Yeah.
Host networking events. Reach out to those groups or whatever, your chamber of commerce. If you're not a part of it, then just host your own events there. And then give back to like an organization that you're passionate about. You always have the power to help your community by being a giver.
Yeah, well, especially if you're a business that you're a business and you are looking to grow, and the general population, the consumer is not a business to business type of business, but it is a business to consumer type business. You should be at community events.
Yeah.
You should be sponsoring community events. You should be at the expo. Anything that gives you that place of, hey, what's this business called? Be there.
Yeah, and thank God for those that have made it, that have a franchise name and they have a great name, like H&M, Forever 21, all these
Macy's,
Lunchbox, that they don't need to sponsor anything, but they do in big ways. I'm sure that they help out other organizations and nonprofits, through their community giving. Like for example, Walmart. Walmart they're huge givers. They're huge givers. They have their community giving page that they open up at certain times of the year so that people can come in and apply for grants and things like that. But they already made a name for themselves. They don't necessarily need to come out and network with anybody. They do it because they know that the community will support them. How? Because they see their name out there in the community. They see that they're supporting groups, how much money they donate back to communities, how they employ people with disabilities. That's huge.
Yeah, and honestly, you're right. You're right about that. Because there's Walmart, and then there's the other giant that's out there. And you the more you give, and because Walmart's packed. Walmart's always packed. You go there, you're like, dang, this place is packed. But you're right. People are supporting Walmart. And now you're making me think, because yes, they're always out in the community. They don't have to do it, but they know that their business is depends on the community to support them. So if your business depends on the community where you're at and your surrounding to support you, you should be out there supporting the community.
Yeah, until you're able to franchise your business or
makes, like, that is the most. I mean, if I right now was a business that I know that, I was just a restaurant. If I'm going to be honest, if I was a restaurant, you're making me think right now. If I was a restaurant, a local restaurant right here in the city of West Covina, and I want to get my name out, the first thing I would be doing is, what events can I be involved in? And you know what? I'm going to even go even further than this. I get my hair cut out in Montclair. There's one guy, and he's always telling me that he's struggling and to get his name out there. And I said, well, have you joined the chamber or business association that's out here? No. What's that? I educated him. And then I see him again. Hey, have you joined it? No. But you're telling me you're still hurting. I even told him this. I go, you can't come to, even though I come and get my haircut at you can't talk to me that you're hurting when I'm giving you advice to get involved. I go, get involved in one of the events, offer your services for free at those events. That, hey, what are we going to do? A community event? You know what? I'm going to cut people's hair, and you give out your flyer to everybody that's coming for the first 100 people.
Because people will always remember by the kindness,
the generosity,
and
that
the generosity that you gave.
Yep.
People would appreciate that, and they will return the favor. They were, in return, support your business. Not everybody, but the majority of the people will. It's like all these, like Costco and all these other Sam's Club. They Walmart. They support nonprofits. I know that the bakery portals here, they give all their bread, because that product has to leave the store before the end of the night in order for them to bring new product in the next morning. So it doesn't go to the trash. They donate it to food banks, to, I'm sure, to different organizations that that are feeding the homeless, and that's their way of giving back. So
it's so true what you're saying. So as a small business, learn from the giants that are giving back. And you're right. Costco ain't out there publicizing it publicly, saying, "Hey, this is what we do." You personally know a foundation.
You have to seek them.
No, I'm saying, no, they're not publicly saying like, "Hey, we're giving out."
Of course not.
And I'm not trying to say that. Yeah, of course you have to seek them. I'm saying, but I know a foundation that Costco literally gives pallets to them, and they go distribute it, like you said, because the stuff's going to go bad. So learn, if you want to be, whether you're a restaurant, tax person, whatever it might be in your community, you have a local business in your community, give back to the community, and you will see your business grow, because you reap what you sow.
Yeah,
you reap what you sow.
On the February 22nd, our assemblywoman from District 48 is hosting a tacos and taxes event.
Oh, that's right.
And it's free. People could come, do their taxes, won't charge you anything, enjoy some tacos. And, the people that are there, I'm sure it's not just going to be one person, it's going to be multiple people. They're giving back to the community.
And who will they might get next year? The people that went.
That they helped.
Mm-hmm. Come on, people. We're just giving you business 101 things. And that's the greatest thing about the GWC I love, because we got to get going. But that's been our whole thing about people go like, oh, wow, the GWC, they've changed, they've done this, they're doing this. That's why we're trying to create a lot of businesses, of course, business to business type events and business to community type events.
And everybody loves, shopping outside of their own communities. I understand that. And, and I was at fault for doing that. I was shopping outside of my community a lot, because I really love other stores that we don't have here, and whatever my excuse was. But I learned one thing. I've learned to fall in love with my own community and support them. And we both now, I think ever since you came on board, I don't think there's been maybe a week where we don't buy something somewhere or support someone, because our own communities need you. They need your support. They need you to shop local. It's very, very important to our community. And I understand, that we like other stores, and you have every right to shop wherever you want. But supporting your own community when you can, is very, very important. Because that's how we see, communities thrive and grow, by the support of the people that live there, that, send their kids to their own local schools. So that's my advice, is that shop local. I mean, support the businesses.
Support the business.
In
but
your
at the same time,
communities.
I just thought about this right now, and it might be a little, I don't know, not harsh or something, but it's because it's true.
Oh, no.
But yes, support the businesses, but at the same time, the businesses need to support the community, because you reap what you sow. And if you're sowing good seed into the community, you might say, wait, what are you talking about? I'm already hurting financially right now. You're telling me you will sow that seed and you will reap the benefits. You got to believe in that as well, because how are people supposed to know about you? When you're just coming to the GWC or the city and saying, I need your help.
No, yeah, and I know we want to end the show, but I actually, things come to my mind, and it's funny because I've had people, tell me, I was at that event and I didn't do anything. All I did was just, gave away all this stuff or whatever, and I haven't seen any return on my investment. They do it with the wrong heart.
And the wrong heart can hurt you.
Yeah, they do it with the wrong heart and with the wrong mentality.
Yes.
You know what?
You are planting seeds.
Yeah, but it has to come from your heart.
Yes.
Because if it it doesn't come from the heart, then you're not being true to yourself. You're not being true to your business. You're not being true to the community that is coming to your business to support you.
That's so true.
So
you know what's crazy on that is that sometimes I've looked into businesses that are more popular than a name giant. And they're the small business is more popular because they're making more noise. They might not be as rich as the giant and have as much money, but everybody knows them because they're making noise. And as a business, you got to go out there and make noise. You got to let people know that you're here and that you're here to stay, and the community to know, hey, we're here. I mean, God, my goodness, man.
And congratulations to those businesses that are doing all the things that
are supposed to be doing
that they're supposed to be doing, because you know what? Eventually things will come to they'll settle. We'll start paying regular price for eggs instead of powder eggs, right?
I've never had powdered eggs, and I don't want to have powdered eggs, but I remember having powdered milk. Go ahead.
Oh, it's disgusting. but yeah, and so we have to be sensitive, and really see the reality of what every business owner is facing. And everybody's different. Not everybody's going through the same thing, but there's more people going through it right now than there is less people going through it, if that even makes sense.
Yeah.
And we're here. We're here to help, to give you advice.
Yes.
Direct
you down a certain
to
path.
guide you.
Yes.
To the best of our ability.
Yes.
We're not experts, but we've been through some harsh roads, and we've turned the corner, and we hope that we'll be able to do that for you.
Yeah, so thank you guys for tuning in. We really appreciate you guys. Make sure, like we said in the beginning, like, share, subscribe, support, local, San Gabriel Valley. Let's connect now, San Gabriel Valley.
And we want to see you guys at our events,
come out to the events.
on the 27th, February 27th.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so I'll start with, remember, Saturday, February 22nd. Taxes and tacos.
Woo!
Tacos and taxes in Spanish and English. Make sure you guys go to our social media page to see more details about that. That is through our Assemblywoman District 48. So make sure you guys, if you need help with your taxes, make sure you guys attend this event. On February 27th, that's on a Thursday next week, we have the GWC Mixer and Comedy.
Yes.
/ birthday. Oh my God.
Yes, I'm excited, guys.
Yes. And you know what? He's so kind and giving that he is not taking any gifts.
What?
Accepting any gifts in
right, because Monica bought it all out. She's like, don't worry, everybody. I'm buying him all the gifts he needs.
I got it. I'm taking the responsibility on that one. Yeah, so it's going to be fun. It's at Temple Bar,
Urban Eats, right here in the city of West Covina, off
of Grand. Yeah, so make sure you guys get there early
6:30.
Yes.
Is the doors open, mingling and everything, and then right after a little bit of mingling and networking and stuff, we're gonna have the comedy show, and then mingling and networking after. It's gonna be fun. Laughter, food, and drinks.
And networking. Lots of networking.
I'm
Yes.
telling you right now.
And following that, March 8th, we have the GWC Business Expo here at the Plaza West Covina. So make sure you guys are checking that out. If you are, a business that wants more exposure, sign up. The application is updated on our social media and on our website, or simply email us at info@Greater West Covina, and I'll send you all the information that you need. But make sure you guys come, support, check out the businesses that are here. We have some new businesses here in West Covina that are going to be here joining us, and we're super excited about it. And in March too, we have a great event. If you want to sponsor our legislative breakfast, we have that's already live on our social media pages. So make sure you guys are checking out all the events that the GWC has in store for you.
That's right. So we'll see you guys next Monday, 7 a.m. Like, share, subscribe.